Nikola Tesla is known to the world today as the electricity generator. But he also made many scary inventions that are hard to believe. In 1896, he accidentally made an earthquake generator. Its size was so small that it could fit in a pocket. The only drawback was that it could shake even the biggest building. When he tested this device in his laboratory, the neighbors thought that there was an earthquake and they came out in fear. Then Tesla took the device and set out in search of an under-construction building. On the way, he saw a 10-story building in which workers were working. He put this device on the frame of the building. After a while, the workers got scared from above and ran down. It looked like an earthquake was coming. The police were called, but Tesla put his device back in his pocket without telling anyone and left. He said that if this device had stayed there for a little longer, the whole building would have collapsed. He himself admitted this in an interview. But the question is, how can a device the size of a pocket bring an earthquake? Actually, Nikola Tesla didn't want to make this device. In fact, he was working on a project that would be able to transfer energy from one place to another. That too without a wire and without any expense. Most of his life was spent studying frequencies and vibrations. In this field, he could see and understand anything that no one after him could see or understand in that way. His idea was that he would create a special frequency vibration through a device and put it in the ground. These vibrations will be captured from the receiving device lying somewhere else while passing through the stones on the ground, which will decode that frequency and convert it into energy or electrical current. Just like a sound, energy travels in the form of waves. Our world vibrates at a special frequency all the time. This frequency varies from 7.83 Hz to 33.8 Hz. Tesla said that if he sets this small device on the vibration of the Earth, then a devastating earthquake can happen all over the world. People used to make fun of him after hearing these things. But then came the day when the world started taking Nikola Tesla seriously. Tesla was also the inventor of the hydroelectric power system. Today, 31% of electricity in the US and 95% of electricity in China is produced by Tesla. Tesla was the one who gave the world the gift of wireless communication. These were the inventions that the world is using today. But did you know that Tesla had invented more than 300 things in his life? But he was somehow stopped from bringing them to the world. For example, he made alternating current, but now he wanted that like wireless communication, electricity would also be transported around the world without wire. He had a lot of knowledge, but one thing was extremely lacking, and that was money. He took this idea of his and went to J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan liked his idea and decided to give Tesla $1.5 million funding. To transport electricity without wire, Tesla started several experiments in New York. There was also a tower in these experiments, which made people very scared and often complained. That's why Tesla started his experiments in Colorado, where he built a new 180 feet tall tower, which took more money than needed. Tesla believed that with the help of this flower, they would be able to sell wireless electricity all over the world. And that too, using the natural vibrations of the Earth. J.P. Morgan, who had funded Tesla's project, was also a major investor in electric wires and its insulation factories. Apart from this, J.P. Morgan was also behind many copper mines in America. He might have known that Tesla had succeeded in their experiment. And if this happens, it can cause great damage to their electric wires business. That's why he not only refused to give Tesla more money, but also refused other investors to invest in Tesla's project. What would Nikola Tesla have done? For the next few years, he lived with the dream of wireless electricity. And when he left this world, the government had seized his property for the next 10 years. All his research was made into secret files for many years. And even after that, many people believe that Tesla's wireless electricity formula has not been made public. Now the question is, did Nikola Tesla get a secret formula? Was he really working on free electricity? Many experts believe that Nikola Tesla had already understood the vibrations of the Earth. And maybe he was going to use this vibration to introduce new types of electricity in the world. He used to say in his life that if you want to find out the secrets of the universe, then start looking at it in the form of energy, frequency, and vibrations. Maybe he was right. Because after his death, scientists started researching on frequency and vibrations. So he was surprised to see that everything in the world is vibrating at its own frequency. Understanding the frequency of one thing, not only energy can be transferred to the distance and the other thing, but it can also be controlled. In addition to all these things, there were many other inventions of Tesla, which were either destroyed directly, or were not further developed after Tesla's death. Like the death ray beam. It was a mass destruction weapon like a nuclear bomb. In 1934, Tesla said in an interview that this weapon could kill millions of people thousands of miles away. Or as far as the curve of the Earth allows us. This was Tesla's new electric weapon, which could generate 50 million volts. Just to give you an idea, this weapon could generate more than 166 times more volts than the amount of volts in a skylight. In addition to this, Tesla also gave the idea of a thought camera. In this way, a camera can capture everything that our eyes can see. In the same way, Tesla's idea was that our thoughts can also be photographed. By which whatever a person is thinking, his photo will come out. His thought camera never had a practical face. But inspired by this idea, X-ray was invented in 1895. Nikola Tesla has been a scientist and engineer who has never worked for money. If he wanted, he could have made a lot of money with his invention. Like others, he could have cashed his patents. But when he died, he didn't even have enough money to clear his hotel bill. His death is still a mystery. On January 7, 1943, his dead body was found in his hotel room. Officials say it was a natural death. But people have a very strong belief that Nikola Tesla was killed. But what is the real truth? Was his documents kept in his custody for 10 years and then everything was made public? Or are Tesla's few secret files still in some corner? Only time will tell. I hope you enjoyed this video.